conduct on a TCU head coach.
SMU, the freaking Pony Express.
Let's go.
SMU, they better be in the dang playoffs.
I wonder if Dabo's going to say that.
I think he's got
You think
to.
Dabo's going to double down
got
and say, hey, SMU better be in the dang playoffs again?
They better be in the dang playoffs because they beat us this time. And and who's his daddy? That'd be Rhett Lashlee.
That'd be Rhett Lashlee.
That's Rhett Lashlee, undefeated in ACC regular season play, hasn't lost a game in conference, any conference, since 2022, hasn't lost a game to anyone outside of the top 10 since early 2022 in conference. Yeah, it's been amazing for the Mustangs in conference play. Now 20 wins in a row, looking for 21 this weekend against the Wake Forest Demon Deacons.
Yep. We are going to go slay some demons.
That's exactly right. Welcome back to the Mustang Mood Podcast. That's Yannick Land. I'm Jay Keeler, and we're pumped to be recording a little extra episode. If you haven't heard our conversation with the soon-to-be Dr. Brian Felker, Director of Recruiting at SMU, definitely go and watch or listen to that one. And this one's just going to be a real quick preview of the game this weekend. SMU takes on the Demon Deacons, 11 a.m. Saturday morning on the CW network. A little brunch on the CW action, if you will. I definitely will be having a little brunch, feeding my little baby, and watching the ponies slay the demons.
Good stuff. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a good game. I say we just jump right into it, get it started. But I mean,
yeah,
the Demon Deacons are, when it all comes down to it, I think everyone knows this. Like they're a good defense. When it comes down to it, that's just what they're known for. They have a top 20 defense in the country in terms of like how many points are scored against them. They're number 2 in the ACC. They're only behind Miami. So, it's definitely, up until this point, they're probably the hardest defense that we've had to play. And they're not necessarily power rated that highly by like ESPN or anything like that, but they are. Anytime you have a good defense, you know that you're gonna be in for a good fight and you're gonna have a good chance of winning. And so it's definitely not a game that we can just kind of walk in and ease our way into. If anything, we gotta be extra cautious, take it real seriously. I mean, they're only allowing, like, get this, in terms of yards per game, they're only allowing 181 passing yards per game. Like, that's
wow.
That's very,
it's
very low. So for perspective, SMU being the second worst pass defense in the country, we allow 316. So they, on average, are getting 130 more yards. So anyway, obviously our passing game is one of our strengths, I would say. I think it's, we consistently, Kevin is up there in the 280 range. This is definitely a strength on strength sort of game for us. So, yeah.
For sure.
Do you have any thoughts?
And I do think that, like another thing to like point to that is the running game is like their strong suit, and stopping the run is our defensive strong suit. Like we said, last week, if Clemson was able to just throw the ball into the secondary every play, they likely would have scored a lot more points than they did. And so, confident in our defensive line being able to stop. Let's see, Damon Claiborne, is that right? I'm trying to remember his name.
I think that's his name.
Yeah, Damon Claiborne. He's been a beast this season. Kind of projected to be one of the best in the country at a school that he won't really have the opportunity to show that off very much. But he's got 70 carries for 539 yards, averaging almost 8 yards a carry, and then he's got another 70 or so yards. 7
when you're
or so
averaging
yards. So just over 600 yards in total offense for him. So yeah, he's a strong guy. It's gonna be hard to take down. So it's really gonna test our defensive line again.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a guy that's close to 8 yards a carry, I mean, that guy is just an absolute monster. Now, like you said, though, it's strength on strength. We allow less than 100 yards per game rushing. Like, that's pretty phenomenal. I mean, it's not common for teams to hold the opposing offenses to under 100 yards. It's crazy. Like, if our passing defense was just middle tier, we'd have probably one of the best defenses in the country, even because our rush defense is actually very, very good. Our D line, I would say, is getting close. They're great now. They're getting close to an elite level, but in my opinion, they're what's keeping us going. Like literally, the defensive line is keeping us going right now. So with
we're
that,
17th in the nation in rushing defense. We only allow 97 yards per game, a heck of a lot less this week. But it's that passing defense that's really biting us.
It's crazy.
So
like if you average between the two of them, we're like 80. But yeah, so strength on strength, and this week the line opened up at 3.5. From my understanding, I believe it's 3.5 right now, and that's basically when you have a field goal, it's almost a pick'em game. I mean, we're playing at their stadium. Usually, teams are given a 2.5 to 3 point favorite, so we're really considered. I mean, it's still in our favor. So on a neutral field, we're maybe a 6-point
favorite on a
touchdown favorite right now. But right now, it's almost a pick'em, being a field goal game. How are you feeling going into this game?
I hadn't really thought about this game very much since the preseason, if I'm being honest. This is one of those games that I thought would be kind of just a super easy game for us on our schedule. Turns out it's one of the more difficult, definitely in the top half of games. There's Miami, Clemson, Louisville, and I think this may be like our fourth toughest conference game. I did not understand that they're 4-2. First year head coach, definitely in a rebuilding process, but they're winning some games. And stomping Oregon State, which it's not a big deal, not a very good team, but yeah, they're looking good while doing it. So definitely a lot more nervous about this than I was at the beginning of the season. Did not realize they were 4-2.
And one of those losses is against the top 10 Georgia Tech team. In overtime. Yeah.
By a point. They had the option to send it to double overtime, and they said, "No, let's end it now," and they lost.
They missed it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
So the same reason everyone's giving Georgia Tech a ton of love for losing to Georgia in a million overtimes. Like, kind of the same thing. Like, you got to give the flowers to Wake Forest here. If they're 5-1 right now, geez, they're a ranked team.
Oh yeah.
So they're not far off from that right now, of being a really, really superb football team. And so, a lot more difficult than I expected. So we will see. As far as
feeling nervous, then
yeah.
sounds like a little nervousness, maybe.
Yeah, 100%. This is the biggest letdown spot between our two most important games of the season. Like, this is, if there was ever an opportunity for this team to like be not mentally focused, it would be this week. Now, I don't think that they will be. I do think that Coach Lashlee and the rest of the staff are coaching at a super high level. And so I'm not necessarily worried about them not showing up. But if there was ever a time that it would happen, it's this week. It's like, holy cow.
Yeah.
The Miami game's been circled on the calendar for a long time. Clemson game has been, and this one's, we weren't supposed to have to worry about it. And I think we need to worry about it a lot right now. So I see people say SMU just needs to take care of business. Okay, I agree. We got to take care of business, but beating Wake Forest is not just a take care of business kind of thing. This is like, it's going to be, I mean, it could very well turn into a rock fight. Could be a very, very close, stressful, difficult game. All that being said, I do think we win. I don't know if we cover. I have no idea what this game's going to look like. I think, honestly, this game will be maybe more mental than it is physical. And so it's going to test the team that we saw just a week ago finish, step on the gas, and win a game in the fourth quarter. Can they do it again and again and again? Now, that's the question. Weren't able to do it at the beginning of the season. Can they replicate it now?
Yeah,
that's
good.
We'll see on Saturday.
I got to say, despite our passing defense woes, I am actually feeling very good about this. I mean, we've improved in so many ways that I'm just really excited about, especially in terms of the finishing. When we finished the Syracuse game, we were all like, I mean, we won the game. We held on and won the game. We finished in the fourth quarter, sort of, where it was like, hey, they were starting to come back, but we managed to hold on and we won. That was a step. And then we go in last night, actually, Stanford game, dominated the fourth quarter still. So that's good, but it's against the Stanford team. Then we go to Clemson, and we control the fourth quarter against a good team in a hostile environment. And so even though our passing defense still is struggling, and there has to be something done there, we have improved in a lot of the key areas that we really need to do to become a contender in the ACC. Like we're doing a lot of the things that if we were doing earlier in the season, we'd probably be 7-0 right now. If we did these things earlier, we'd probably be 7-0 despite having one of the worst pass defenses in the country. So because of that, I am stoked. I put $20 on the line, got this shirt, even though I've never played the game. I think that SMU Mustangs are going to go in there and we're going to slay some demons. And I think we're going to win this game, and I think we're going to cover it, and I think we're going to win by 10. Give me my Mustangs 34-24. We're going to go in there and we're going to take care of business.
Wow, that's bold. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
This is I mean, just so many
I've been
levels.
conservative all year.
I think you're right.
I said that I thought we were going to lose to Clemson. And now maybe I'm overcorrecting, but it was such a convincing win against Clemson that I'm like, I think we've turned the corner.
How about this? I'll pull a little something out of the Josh Pate playbook here. Padlock stat: if we don't give up any fourth and long, anything, fourth and 12, or God forbid, a fourth and 21. If we don't give up anything like that, I think we'll win. But if we make silly mistakes, we haven't put together a perfect game. The Clemson game was pretty darn close
pretty good.
to that. But I'm not sure that Wake Forest requires a perfect game to win. But I would definitely, upset alert is definitely on the table.
Yeah, it is.
I think, this could be a much more interesting game than most SMU fans would like it to be. But I'm definitely confident. I don't know if I can give you a score prediction. It's just such a wide range. I could see it being 10-7. I could also see it being 42-5. Just like a crazy.
That'd be a weird score.
Weird.
You need a safety for that.
Exactly. I could see it happening. So yeah, I have no idea. I'm not going to give you a score prediction, and I'm not going to tell you that we're going to cover or not, but I do think the Ponies will pull it out. But I'm excited to see. I think we'll learn a lot about the team. And then going into a crazy week, Miami's got Stanford this week, and depending on that, could be a really interesting weekend for homecoming. But I'm sure we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah, we'll take care of that. Once we get past, we got to focus on this one. No rat poison. We're going to take care of business here.
Yeah.
And if we get to that and it's interesting next week, we'll talk about that.
Exactly. Well, thank you everyone for joining another episode of the Midweek Mood this week. Once again, if you haven't heard our episode with Brian Foker, now's the perfect time. Skip the rest of this. Go listen to that one. Yeah, if not, go check out the mustangmood.com. We have some awesome merch out there right now. My wife got the sweatshirt. It's awesome. Big fan of that. Nice embroidered logo on it. I'm kind of jealous of it. So I may have to get me one of those later as it gets a little cooler here in the Metroplex on the hilltop. So everyone, thank you so much. Go follow us on Instagram. Subscribe wherever you're listening or watching. And just most of all, thank you for watching the Mustang Mood. It's been so much fun doing this, and all the fun people we've got to meet because of this it's just been a treat. So thanks for making this happen. And pony up.
Pony up.